I think marriage is a sign of that in the earth.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Of course.
Did you sign, or did she sign, or did she get a prenuptial agreement created?
No.
So y'all all in?
We all in.
Now, when you hear that,
Yeah.
is a person not all in if a prenup is signed?
Yes.
Explain.
That's a tough one, right? Okay. Here's the best way I can give it to you. You probably fly a lot.
Yes.
I fly quite a bit. I don't fly the plane, but almost every plane that I have been on, they never give me a parachute. Never. They give me life rafts, they give me a bunch of different stuff to be able to survive if that thing go down, but they've never given me a parachute. Every plane that I've been on, they don't give the pilot parachutes.
Okay. Look, he is, I see where he's trying to go, but let me tell you this, it's not where he think it's going to land, because typically traveling by plane is probably the safest mode of transportation, given the amount of accidents it has per trips. So his analogy where he's trying to say, oh, well, they don't give us a parachute. So if they gave us a parachute, I see where he's going to say, well, then people probably won't take the plane. A prenup is insurance. This is in case we break up. This is if the flight gets canceled, you get your money back or a credit. I am not buying this. If you don't have a prenup, then you're really all in. But let's let him continue to explain his point of view.
You know why? Too many options. If my pilot is flying the plane, he got a parachute? That's dangerous. That's dangerous, because when things get rocky or he sees some clouds or he gets some turbulence or whatever, if he goes down, the whole plane goes down because you couldn't stick it out and do what you were supposed to do and do what a plane is supposed to do. A plane is supposed to take off, fly to a destination, reach the destination safely. And that's marriage. Marriage is supposed to take off and fly to a destination. There's turbulence, there's difficulty, there's bumps, there's all type of different stuff, weather conditions, whatever, but it's supposed to arrive there safely so that you're able to enjoy the place that you're going to. And parachutes.
Now, here's the thing, though, but if you're thinking about marriage, over 50% of them, let's just say 55% of them, if we're talking about a plane ride, they end up crashing, in his analogy. Gosh, please do not, guys, if you're going to get married, get a prenup.
Give people too many options. And to me, that is what prenuptial agreements are. And I get it, man. I understand, you got people that make billions or whatever. My label, they pressed me so much to be able to say, man, listen, before we do this deal with me, you need to have a prenup. You have a prenup. And I was just like, I just don't feel like that's what God wants me to do. That's an exit strategy.
Yeah.
If this don't work out, then this is yours, this is mine. And I've never looked at, my entire life has been built with this woman, and there's never been for us a yours and a mine.
Now, look, man, this is great. But at the same time, marriage back then and marriage today is completely two different things. Marriage today is more so sought at or thought of as business, right? You're entering in business with this man, with this woman. Back in the day, you were getting married because you loved one another. You wanted to have kids with this person. And I'm sure some people out there still want to do that now. But today, getting married and getting divorced could lead to some serious financial complications, especially if you're on the breadwinner. Especially if you don't have a prenup, you're going to get cooked in court. And he could say, God didn't want us to get a divorce and God didn't want no prenups. But when you get married, you're not entering it into a contract with God. I mean, some people will say that, but you're entering into a contract with the state in which you get the marriage license. And once you're married, now the state dictates how you're going to break up, especially if you don't have a prenup. You're going to get divorced by the state's prenup. And in the state's prenup, breadwinners, typically men, carry the burden of alimony. like, what is it, 73% or something? Or 93% of alimony was paid from men to women? Like, bro, oh gosh.
It's always been ours, all of it. And even when I was unfaithful in my marriage, all right, when we only got one kid and I'm unfaithful to my wife and she has an out.
A legitimate
I can legitimately be out and take half.
And you know I can.
I'm guilty. I could take half and be out. And God tells her, stay, because your life and your daughter's life depend on it. And so she's just being obedient to stay because she don't want to stay. She want to be out. And the people are telling her, girl, leave and take half. And God is telling her, girl, stay and have it all. And so that's the space where we've worked through infidelity. We've worked through losing a child. We've worked through bankruptcy. We've worked through a house fire. We've worked through so many of the biggest tragedies that people we've worked through cancer, dog. And in this journey of all the different ways that somebody could want to exit, find their off-ramp, we are living the most beautiful life knowing she know I ain't going nowhere. And I know she ain't going nowhere. And we know it's hard, it's difficult. We've been married, like I said, going on 32 years, and we know it's hard. But you probably heard marriage is hard.
It is.
Divorce is hard.
It's harder.
Choose your hard.
Look, as someone who is divorced, I can tell you there's nothing more painful than going through a divorce, especially when you're the breadwinner, especially when you have to pay alimony, child support, lawyer fees, spouse's lawyer fees, all while going through said divorce. The idea of not getting a prenup, it worked out for him. Montel Jordan been married 31 years. God bless him. God bless his wife, if you believe in God. But for the average person today getting married now, 2026, you'd be lucky to last 7 years. And then what happens if you do last that long and you got your Tia Mari talking about she graduated from marriage and just torpedoed a family because she didn't outgrown it or you didn't outgrown her? Many things could happen, but the best protection that anyone can have, man, woman, even when you broke, is a prenup. Why not dictate the terms of the breakup when you're together, when you're happy, as opposed to in divorces when you're not even speaking, you can't even look each other in the eye, and it's game over. But let me know what you think of Montel Jordan's advice that you're not all in if you don't get a prenup. I mean, if you get a prenup, you're not all in. Sorry. If you get a prenup, you're not all in. You're preparing for the divorce. I think you're just protecting yourself in the event of divorce. It's insurance. But what do I know? I'm a divorced dad. Let me know what you think in the comment section. See you next video. Peace.